Gospel for Unreached. Our mission is to spread the good news to the whole world through the internet. Jesus commissioned his disciples to go into all the world and preach the good news to all creation. Mark 16:15. Come, let us join our hands and hearts to reach the lost and tell them the love of Jesus. Therefore, go and make disciples to all nations. Life-changing sermons in several languages, CD, DVD, MP3, and Bible tracts are available free of cost. And if you would like to learn more and get involved with our ministry or sponsor a missionary, orphan, please feel free to contact us by email at gospelunreached@yahoo.com or call us at 310-408-2823. Your comments and suggestions are very valuable to our ministry. We enjoy hearing from our visitors. Thanks for visiting. Please come back and visit us soon. May the Lord richly bless you. Thank you.
To tell about me, I come from a Hindu background. There is no place of Christ in my family life, back my family, and my dad is associated with many temples, and he used to pioneer building many temples in India and in his native place also. And near to my house, just like 10 feet away, there is I am in Shiva Idol Temple, which my dad is part of that, and he is like a big person in that temple construction and all. So I was brought up in a Hindu rituals where every Friday, Saturdays and Thursdays, some auspicious day, we used to go to each and every idols and be part of that idol worship. And I'm the eldest daughter. I have a 2 younger sister and a youngest brother. And being brought up in such a fashion, like I was also like so much committed to these idols. So I was too much involved in this belief and all. And I used to read Bhagavad Gita when I'm alone at my home because I wanted peace desperately. And I was also practicing yoga also because I wanted peace so much. So even I won the yoga competition, I won some medals also, but I didn't have the peace which I really wanted. So during my college days, I was involved in Buddhism. My friend took me to a Buddhist class, and then I was practicing Buddhism for a short span of time, and I used to chant some mantras and all because I wanted peace desperately. Right from my young age, I was having some sort of fear, like what would happen to my dad or what would happen to my mom and everything. So when I went to some idol worship places and all, for a transient time the peace would be there, but it won't be like everlasting. I used to spend time in tears, and I used to ask my dad like what's going to happen and all, but I didn't have the peace that I really wanted. So I was crying, and I used to spend my college days like that only, and I was chanting Buddhism in one way and Hinduism for my family members and everything. And then I was introduced to the college fellowship by my seniors, and they took me to a college fellowship where they were they didn't tell anything about Jesus, they didn't tell anything about Holy Spirit, they didn't tell anything, but she just prayed for my mom. And when I was studying 12th, my mom was sick and my dad was in Punjab, and I am being the eldest daughter, and in my college final year I was worried about my job and my mom's health and my dad's transfer to Chennai and all these things happened. And I was just I didn't tell my problem to anybody, but my senior, she is like a real very good believer, and she just came to me and she said, Monisha, God is God who made this big sky and this earth, he's bigger than your problems, and you don't she didn't tell me don't worry, she didn't tell me you pray to Jesus, she just told like that to me, and that words were so comforting to me. From then on, we had a good friendship, and she used to take me to the college fellowship like once in a week. It used to happen on Saturday evenings, and then she used to share about they used to talk about Jesus and all, but nothing will go into my head. And then they were praying for my mom, and I was like taken back. Being a Hindu, I never used to pray for others, and I used to pray for me and my family. That was the only thing I know. So then she was praying for my mom, and everybody were praying for my mom, and that really it made me to think, why they have to pray for my mother, because even my own relatives, they won't pray for others also. That's what I have known. So but then this is like a strange thing for me. So because of the friendship, I used to go to that college fellowship, and I used to be part of them, and later I got a job in Bangalore, and I moved to Bangalore, and in my college days I used to go to church in Chennai, but I don't know anything Bible, I don't know Jesus, I don't know anything, but I used to go to church just because she is calling me. I used to go there, and I used to cry and pray for my mom's health, and then I used to come back. Then when I went to Bangalore, my friend took me to a church in Bangalore, and like a camp like this I attended there, and God touched me there in the camp. I didn't know what is the touch of God, nothing I know, but my pastor gifted me a Bible on my birthday. So in a room I used to open this Bible. They asked me to read New Testament. When I started reading the New Testament, I don't know, I felt someone was sitting next to me and explaining me the scriptures and all, and especially my peace I leave with you, and not as the world gives, but my peace will be everlasting, like that. So at that time, as I used to read the scriptures right from the beginning, or just just scroll down the pages there, and I believe there is something change is happening to me, and I felt the joy and the peace in me, but I didn't know it is Holy Spirit, I didn't know it's Jesus or anything. But my pastor would ask me, Monisha, did you feel any change in your life? I said, Pastor, I'm just reading, I don't know what to say. Then later onwards, as I was started meditating on the scriptures and everything, then it took 8 months for me to completely believe, okay, Jesus is the only God, because no God, a God who is holy, who has made this big mountain, big skies, who has made this, humans cannot be contained in the idols or contained in any form of wooden images. That really spoke to me, the Isaiah verse that really spoke to me. And then it took nearly 8 months for me to fully believe in Jesus. Then when I was in Bangalore, I used to go back to Chennai every weekend. So I used to tell lies to my dad and then go to church, because I used to fear my dad very much. But after 8 months, I was so much convinced, okay, Jesus is the only God, He is the way, the truth, and the life. I'm not going to believe in any idols, no matter how much my dad is going to torture me or anything. But I was fully convinced, okay, this Jesus I'm going to follow no matter at any cost and everything. And then God asked me to take water baptism, and then it took a lot of struggle. My dad was supposing for me to take water baptism. Then every weekend he used to call me home. There would be 2 or 3 proposals waiting for me. Because he wants me to get married. He thought that someone is brainwashing me or something. So he came to Bangalore. He scolded my pastor. He said, I'll sue you and I'll file a complaint against you, like that and all. But I knew whom I believed. My God is true. He is very faithful. And no matter whatever is going to happen, I'm not going to leave this Jesus. I'm going to stand for Christ in my marriage. So it was 5 years battle. Every other weekend morning I used to go. Saturday morning I used to go. Saturday evening one guy would be there. So it will be this sort of pattern was going on for 4 years. And I was too much taken. But through all this journey, God was with me. He said, do not fear, for I am with you. Fear not, for I will help you. You know what? You have believed the true God. I'm not going to leave you. You have not believed the idols, or you have not believed any wooden images. I'm there with you. You don't look on your mommy, daddy, or you don't look on anybody. You don't look on people, but just trust me. I'm going to do something miracle in your life. That's what God was talking to me. He was continuously encouraging me. And then through all these times, through all these times I was becoming more and more close to God than with the men or anybody, because pressures at home would be too much. My dad used to cry over the phone. I can't see my dad being like this, and he can't answer relatives. Even I should see the dignity of my dad also, and I don't want him to suffer so much also, because generally in my family girls get married very early. But God was with me all through this time. I didn't have the courage to tell about Jesus to my dad, because I was so scared scared of my dad. I won't even stand in front of my dad, or when he comes there, I will be going away. So it was like that. But all through this time, my God was with me, and He was strengthening me, encouraging me, and He said, "Do not fear, for I am with you. I will not leave you. I will not forsake you." That verse was really speaking to me, and every day I used to pray with this promise, Lord, I don't know, I don't trust anybody. You have asked me, I'm just simply following you, and I left everything. Even if you want me to do anything, I'll do it for you. Now I'm against my family members, my mommy, daddy, but Lord, I want you to do a miracle in my life. So I was praying like that. God was so faithful. After like 4.5 years, my dad himself finally convinced that she's not going to marry any Hindu guy. So he went forward and sought some Christian proposal through my distant relative. Then he made Ranjit, and we got married on 2010, in the year 2010. But it's my heart's desire that I want a Christian wedding. I don't want like Hindu rituals and all to happen. But God is so faithful. He has given me my in-laws is also from Hindu, they accepted Christ, and he's also from Hindu, accepted Christ. And then I was praying, and the day before morning of my wedding, I was praying, Lord, I wish my wedding should be like happen in the church. I didn't know anything, nothing I knew, but to my surprise, in the morning 8:30, they came and they told me, come to, let's hurry, we are going to the church, your wedding is going to happen in the church. And then we had a wedding in a church, and then a registered marriage. It was raining in the whole month of December, but on my marriage day, December 9, 2010, it was not raining. And I had a wonderful fellowship in back in Bangalore, and everybody they had come and they blessed. So God's name was magnified, and my all relatives, they were in awe. Oh my God, what's happening to her? It's something marvelous, because God did my wedding in a grand way. In Tamil they say Brahmandamana Andavar. So God is a Brahmandamana Dev. So I thank God for this privilege to share. Thank you so much.